Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, April Fool's Day, and we're not doing a show.
Tuesday there.
Tuesday.
April Fool's is not Thursday. You got it. Okay, I was just trying to cover your butt there.
You're tuned in to WODU, the best in college radio. This is Cup Check. I'm Tyler Santangelo.
And I'm Alex Brooks.
And once more, you're tuned in to Cup Check, because why not double up on that, Alex? What do we got to do today?
We got a lot going on. We're gonna start off with ODU sports.
Woo.
And then we're going to hit up some sports news. A lot's been going on. We've been off a little while between baseball, football, not football,
it's
but
been
basketball. It's been a while.
It's been a couple
We
weeks.
actually have not been on since March Madness started, so I'm sorry. I don't know. Then we're going to go to some sports talk, some stuff around the NFL mostly, because the NFL has been very forefront in their free agency with everything going on. And then we're going to finish up with some sportsunbiased.com debates. So let's just jump into this ODU sports. Start off good, huh?
Let's do it. Jumping into ODU sports, the Monarchs, when they were in the CBI, they beat Radford 82-59, led by Ross's 23 points, and then they lost to Fresno State.
Yeah, they traveled all the way out there to Fresno State. Very disappointing to see a loss
there. The semifinal, they lost by 7. It was 72-65. I think Ross again led on points on that one. And we should be having Ross in sometime in the next week.
I was just going to say, I think we have Ross coming up here. Hopefully in the next week or two we'll have an interview with Ross. So if you have any questions, tweet us.
If not, I'm just going to fight him.
Yeah,
I'm just going to fight him. I mean, he's a small dude.
Who would want to see that? Almost everybody. So if you have any questions for Ross, either tweet us at cupcheck_radio or Facebook us at Cupcheck Radio and send us your questions.
Or maybe tune in. I mean, that would be nice. Oh, well, anyway, so there we go with that. Ross finally putting up his number on the scoreboard with 23 points. He's number 23 and all that. On that one, they moved to the semifinal, the Final Four of the CBI, and they lost. And they finished their season 18-18, which is a huge improvement from 5-25.
Yeah, 5-25 was terrible. One thing about that, though, like, you don't get a whole lot for the CBI. But I mean, the NIT, the nickname Not Important Tournament, as they say, it doesn't really mean anything. So why don't they do, I know this would be very difficult, but it would be really fun, if they just took the winner of the NIT and gave them like a 16 seed in the big tournament. We would just have to either start the NIT earlier or push the big tournament back. But that would be interesting because then everybody watched the NIT too.
Or maybe you could do like the CBI, and seeing as that's only like a 8-game thing. Not even. It's round of like 16. Then it's
but
quarter, semi.
The CBI means less. But
then you give them the seed in the NIT.
Well, that's too much. Or make the NIT only the setup of the CBI, only 16 teams, instead of the 64 or whatever it is. So it's quicker, and then the winner of that gets a 16 seed into the. Instead of those play-in games, do like the Final Four of the NIT get in. Instead of play-ins, because play-ins are dumb.
They are.
And then people would watch the CBI, or the NIT, I guess it would be, to see who's coming in hot, to see if they want to pick an upset.
Boom. That's going to create viewership for everybody.
Yeah, it would. And then more revenue, stuff like that. I think that's a good idea they should look into.
Sticking on with ODU sports, Alex and I have recently become part of Monarch Media. We're doing baseball games. We're doing broadcasting for that. And our last baseball game we called Old Dominion. They won the series versus the Charlotte 49ers, taking it at 2-0 on the Friday and Saturday, but were unable to grab the sweep, losing 11-4.
That was not a good one.
On Sunday, and that was a horrible day for baseball. We were in the booth, and it was like 50 degrees, windy and rainy, and we were in T-shirts, and we were crying about the 5th inning.
Yeah, it was it's not nice to sit there and watch football in bad weather, especially when you're getting smacked.
Especially if it's baseball.
They were getting just destroyed.
No, because you said football. I wasn't ragging on baseball. I was ragging on you.
Oh, I didn't realize that. But, yeah, it was not fun to watch when you're getting destroyed like that. But winning that series 2-1, they now moved to 16-11 on the season.
Which is good. That's going to possibly place them into the CUSA tournament.
Yeah, we'll see. Right now they're getting romped on by UVA.
They're getting romped on.
Last scoring update I got was 6-0, bottom of the 6th. So
it's not too bad.
Well, they haven't put a run up, so but it is like the second best team in the nation in UVA. So As long as they don't give up 11 like they did to the 49ers, I guess.
The 49ers, who were 1-11 in Conference USA
Oh, they
play
were
before that
terrible.
point.
I think they had like a total of 7 wins.
Yeah, they were 5-18-1.
Yeah, they was not good at all. And I think their leading batting percentage was like 250.
Like 250 or 262 or something like that.
Yeah, it was not good. Uh, Football a little bit there. We got ODU had the chance to play Alabama, and of
In
course,
the 2016 season, so
yes,
it'd be a couple of years.
yeah, but of course they took it, right?
No,
No, they
no,
turned
God,
down
no.
Alabama, saying that
Well, I mean, they played NC State to finish, or UNC, sorry, to
yeah.
finish off their year last year.
Do we know how much they made off of that?
They had 8 starting defensive players get injured. Could you imagine playing Bama with the trucks of running backs they have there and their defensive destruction? They would lose their entire team in one game.
I don't
And it
know.
was kind of cowardly by Alabama to come to a second-year team and offer them to play a game just so they could get an easy win.
But I don't know if that's cowardly because Alabama plays low. They got to play low league teams.
They do, but the low league teams they play have been in
Low league for a while.
but they've been D1 for a while.
Yeah, but
We came up from D3 to D1 this year, and already Alabama asked us. I know it was 1.5 million or something like that,
is 1.3.
but next year we're playing Vandy in SEC for $1 million. We got a better chance of winning that. Not saying we would.
But who all? My thing is publicity.
It
Honestly,
would be on ESPN.
ODU right now has the chance to become the powerhouse football team in Virginia. Who are the powerhouse teams right now in Virginia?
UVA and VTech.
Okay, UVA. What did they do? They won what? 2 games this year. Right now as a recruit, I don't want to go to UVA for football. Basketball, yes. Football, no. Tech, okay. How long does Beamer have left? They played mediocre last year. They got a mid-range bowl.
But Blacksburg's always been a team.
Right, but Beamer really does that. Coach Beamer it's Beamer ball. They don't even call it football there. They call it Beamer ball. When he's gone, they're gonna struggle. If
Penn
ODU's
State
at
didn't struggle this year when they lost Joe Pa.
that was actually second year but they also
But they were
recruited. They already had recruited well. Like Tech
And
isn't.
VTech is going to continue to recruit well, especially out of the state of Virginia.
But if Old Dominion right now is on the platform where they could take, what if they would pull the upset over Bama? Not like it would happen, but if they're on ESPN, you see them. They get $1 million to build a brand new stadium they want to do, right? That's $1 million.
That's where they're getting $1 million from Vandy from.
Yeah, but this was $1 million unexpected that they could have, of 1.3 million unexpected they could have put towards that stadium. And then we set up something with Bama where, okay, we come and play you, but you play us in our new stadium. So we play Tech and Bama.
I don't think Bama would come to Old Dominion.
With a new stadium, they might, if we worked out something with them, but instead we turned them down.
But again, 2016 will be the first year we're fully bowl eligible.
Right.
And we're playing 6 games.
Right.
We're playing 6 home games, or we're playing 6 away games, sorry.
Yeah.
And of those 6 away games, there are 2 that are more than 60% chance of loss. And that's against Vandy and, I believe, again, UNC.
Right.
Now, if we were to pull upsets on that, they'd go to a bowl. I know it's not every bowl's put on, not every bowl's put on TV, but they would make it to.
Well, every bowl is put on TV. You just gotta find it.
So they would get at least a little bit of publicity on that. Old Dominion cannot get too far ahead of themselves like they did this year. That's
No.
what happened to UNC. We're reaching too far right now when
But
we're too young.
The fact that they came to you shows that they see something in.
They see an easy win.
But they could get an easy win. They could go play UVA for an easy win.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I mean, the fact they came to Old Dominion and did it, it says something. And to turn it down was kind of a dumb decision. At the end of the day,
we
it's
lost
money.
8 starters in one game against a low-level D1 team.
Did
at
they
UNC.
really get hurt?
Yes.
They were really hurt.
Yes, they were really hurt. They had to leave the game. Like, completely leave.
I mean, if I was down 80-20, I probably would give up too.
It's not. This was in the first half. They lost 5.
And what was the score at the first half?
I think 28-10.
Turning down Bama was a bad idea. It closed a lot of doors.
They'll probably try again next year.
I don't think they will. They can go to UVA and do it.
I think it was a good move. That'd have been horrible for Old Dominion. They'd have gotten a lot of publicity.
And a lot of money.
But then on national television, they would have been wrecked, just like Eastern Carolina was last year, or Northern Georgia, when it was 64-0.
Right, but
And that doesn't make me want to go to Northern Georgia anymore.
No, but Old Dominion would. Oh, they played Bama. Well, UVA hasn't played Bama, and they're terrible. They got smacked by they beat by BYU. Okay, they got smacked by Oregon. Oregon's a good team, and they lost like 80-10. We put up a better fight versus UNC.
Yes, UNC is a much lower team than Oregon. Much.
Yes, but UVA is just a bad team.
And Old Dominion is not that. I don't get me wrong. I love Old Dominion, but in football, we're a fledgling team.
No, in football we're building right now. We're becoming
Hence
better and better.
fledgling. We're young, we're small, we're not big, and playing Old Dominion is just going to cause injury and embarrassment.
I don't think so. I think they should have taken it. 2016 at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
With a new quarterback?
They're talking big about this quarterback that we have. I can't think of his name right now, but they're saying he's really good. They're saying like
That
he's
means
one
we're
of the,
recruiting high already.
exactly.
So
So
then we
let's
can
see him versus
slow it
real
down.
competition.
So let's have our freshman quarterback.
Who says he's a freshman at the time?
Let's have our newest quarterback playing in D1 ball in a school that doesn't have a great O-line and have him get smacked by the likes of Hightower.
I mean, we're also saying that they would
It's
put up no
protection of the
fight.
players.
I mean, they are football players. Bama has lost.
Yes, to top 5 teams.
No, not necessarily.
And even think of it on the. It's like putting Fluvanna County football against Old Dominion.
Not even close.
Yeah, it is.
Old Dominion went like what? 8-4, 8-3 last year.
No.
What
You
they?
can look it up. You have a computer right there. But Old Dominion is. Alabama is on a much higher level than Old Dominion. Like they are NFL compared to college, compared for Old Dominion and Alabama.
Turning them down was a bad idea.
We're gonna move on that until once you give me the win loss.
It's gonna come up in time.
Yeah, of course it's gonna take about an hour.
Yeah, probably. All right. Well, we'll move on to sports news and we'll get it to you because
So Jackson of the Eagles was released, as everybody knows. He's on the trading block. There's a lot of talk that he's gonna go to the Skins. But who do you think should get him other than Skins?
right now, other than the Skins,
Yeah.
who should go after him? Well, the Panthers, of course, because they have no receiving core at all.
Mhm.
At all, you can name one receiver on that team.
Steve Smith. Oh,
No, he's gone.
He left, yeah.
Ted Ginn gone. They're all gone. Seattle was looking at him. I mean, that would be dirty, I think. What else? The 49ers could take a shot at him. Although if he's really in cahoots with LA gang, that might be a bad idea.
True.
The Jets, why not the Jets take a shot at him?
The Giants?
The Giants. I was thinking Giants, but I didn't know if you'd really want them on your team or not.
The Broncos?
Golly, the Broncos, that'd be dirty. Although the Jets right now, because they got
Michael Vick.
in Decker,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be a decent receiving core.
Yep, if Vick can stay healthy.
Cincinnati, put him with AJ Green.
I don't understand.
Detroit.
Calvin Johnson, Deshaun Jackson.
That
on the
would
same
be.
team.
Oh my goodness, good luck with that one.
But I don't understand the Redskins saying yes. They don't have a strong locker room.
Not at all.
They have a very weak locker room.
They have a very young quarterback too.
A very young, injury-prone quarterback who has failed the team last year to much anger by the Redskins fans.
But I mean, even if you think about it, a very needy wide receiver, I think that's fair to say, says, "I want the ball, I want the ball, I want the ball." RG3 is just going to keep going to the ball because at the end of the day, the Redskins' receiving core is terrible.
That ain't no lie.
They have Santana Moss, and everybody says, "Oh,
He's old.
Santana Moss is good. He drops so many passes, it's ridiculous."
All right, well, we're going to move on that one. The Final Four this year, as everybody knows, is number 8 seed Kentucky, 2 seed Wisconsin, 1 seed Florida, and 7 seed UConn.
By the way, Old Dominion was 9-4.
Well, you were off by 1-1.
All right. Anyway, yeah, back to the Final Four. Kentucky, Wisconsin, Florida, and UConn. How many of those did you have right?
Florida.
I have Florida and Wisconsin. And that was my championship, so I'm feeling okay about that. But
I had Louisville and Florida in the championship.
It's going to be interesting. I think UConn and Kentucky could go to the championship.
You got UConn beating Wisconsin?
You mean Florida?
And Florida and Kentucky beating Wisconsin?
The
You
way
got
they're-
UConn beating Florida.
Hold on. The way they've been playing right now, they took up Michigan State, ESPN's almighty greatest team ever to grace this earth.
You
They're
hate
gonna,
ESPN.
hold on, no, think about this. What analyst picked against Michigan State?
None.
The-
Just everything that ESPN. If ESPN is in agreement, you hate that person or team.
No, just think. No, think about it for a minute.
If ESPN loves LeBron, no, everyone loves LeBron.
Exactly.
If
No.
ESPN loves Michigan State, no, everyone loves Michigan State.
How many brackets do you think in the world had Michigan State winning the championship because of that?
Probably 40%.
At least, and the other one had Florida, and then 2% had other.
No, I'd say about 15% had Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville was probably there, but they took down Michigan State. They took down not Vanderbilt. Wow, Villanova. They took down St. Joe's. St. Joe's was their biggest competition so far.
What was your game?
Who else? Boom. They take out Iowa. No, they didn't. Yeah, they took out Iowa State, didn't they?
Yep. I
They're
don't
they're
have
hot.
UConn beating, and so's Florida.
Florida's also hot, but Florida's played an easier road.
That is true.
I mean, they didn't get to face Kansas. Who did they beat? Dayton. Dayton was a nice Cinderella story, but at the end of the day, is Dayton really?
Is UConn really the Cinderella story you'd pick over Dayton? No, because Dayton was the one who beat Ohio State
Right.
and Iowa State.
Okay,
They were the ones who beat
they
Iowa
beat
State.
Syracuse.
Oh, Syracuse.
Yeah, but
Syracuse was falling.
and Ohio State had been very wishy-washy. I don't know. In Kansas, Embiid was hurt.
I think it's a very large.
Okay, so
it's a
out of
very
the
large
out of the
upset
two,
to
who's
call it that.
upsetting?
Kentucky over Wisconsin.
Kentucky with the young team.
With the young team and the team that had a harder road than UConn, really, with the 8 seed.
Yeah, they beat Wichita State. A lot of
They
people
already
said
took
that was
out
coming.
Yeah,
A
'cause
lot of
Wichita
people
State,
said
yeah.
a lot of people said that was coming. They beat Louisville, the defending champs. That was a really good game.
Uh-huh.
But I compare that to the Michigan State game. They beat Michigan. I wasn't big on Michigan, but everybody else was. So I guess you got to give some credit there. I think both of them have the chance to upset them.
But it's
both
a very slim chance still. It's a slim chance for UConn. It's a little bit bigger for Kentucky.
I would take.
I'd say 20% for UConn, 30% for Kentucky.
I think UConn pulls the upset. Right now, on record, UConn pulls the upset. You going with the favorite still?
I'm going with the favorite.
Okay, I think UConn.
I mean, if you want to put money on it, I'm down.
No,
That's a Chipotle right there.
No, I don't have that type of money. But no, I think UConn pulls the upset. They're playing.
I think if there was any upset, it'd be Kentucky.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if Kentucky won either. I would not be surprised if Wisconsin.
It's
going to
be a good
not
Final
in the
Four.
championship.
It's gonna be a
Oh
good
yeah,
Final- When's
will
the
be.
first game? Any idea?
Saturday, I believe.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we gotta wait longer, guys.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
gonna
you're
see.
you're at PT or
I'm
whatever
not
it
at
is.
PT. I'm at field training
Yeah.
exercises. Well, it looks like I'm not going to be doing any exercising. I'm just going to be on my phone on that CBS Sports
Yeah.
app.
All right, so fun fact here: the Spurs, the last time they missed the playoffs, all right, 17 years ago. Guess what? The Nintendo 64 was just released. Space Jam just came out, and Allen Iverson was just drafted into the league.
You mean the Allen Iverson who just had his jersey retired?
Yeah, well, he just retired, even though he'd been retired for like 3 years. That's the last time they missed the playoffs. 17 years.
Well, yeah. Tim Duncan's been there since.
Oh yes, Tim Duncan's been in the league 17 years. But the sixth Space Jam, 17 years. Like they've literally been to the playoffs almost all of our lives.
Yeah, or 1 year off for you, 2 years off for me.
Well, 2 years because when we get to summer.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. You're young. You want to talk about streaks, though. I mean, when the 76ers were on their streak,
Yeah.
while that streak was going on until last weekend, the Seahawks had won the Super Bowl in February. The Winter Olympics had started and finished. Junior won the Daytona 500 in January. And Florida won 17 games straight. That was before March Madness began.
Yeah. Yeah. They did snap it
They did,
versus Detroit over the weekend.
but they were still at 28 games. So
Yeah,
they
they,
have the all-time record in any sport ever.
That wasn't. I think they tied. I don't think they single-handedly hold that. But I think they weren't gonna win another. That was the only game they had a chance to win. That was the only chance they had to win. If they wouldn't have beat that game, they would have been done.
That'd have been hilarious to see. So did they beat that over-under that we talked about at the very beginning?
Oh, of like the 15.5? I think it was 15.5.
17.5. is what it was.
17.5? I think I took under 26 straight games.
Yeah, they tied it at 26.
Yeah. See what the record is.
26.
No,
Oh, what their record
yeah,
is?
Yeah. This should be a 76ers. They're bad.
Standings. Here we go. Yeah, they've got to be the bottom of their.
They are 16, so they're right there. I don't think they'll break 17.
No, they're not going to win 2 games.
I don't think they'll do it. They're 16 and 58 right now.
Come on, New York. Come on.
And we'll get to New York there, but go back up there. No, all the way. Yeah. No, oh, yep. Nope. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, 76ers are bad.
And you know what else has started inside that winning streak? Well, not started, but continued.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant.
Is there an off switch on him at this point?
At this point, I think he's going to go throughout the rest of the year with it.
He's ridiculous. Right, he has scored 25 or more points.
I don't think he's going to hold it throughout playoffs, though.
You don't?
I don't.
Well, he's scored 25 or more points in 38 straight games. They play tonight at 8 versus the Spurs. I'm worried. The Spurs.
Gonna be...
I'm worried. But okay, hold on. There was a fact that was thrown up during the Heat game yesterday. Guess what the fact was?
What?
LeBron has scored 10 points in X many amount of games. When's the last time Melo didn't score 10 points? That's not a real stat.
He did this month.
Oh, did he really?
He dropped his 7er.
Oh, but like a star player,
Carmelo's a star player.
Yeah, but I'm saying like a star player should score 10 points in a game. Is that a real stat? Oh well, I'm sure Wilt Chamberlain did that his entire career.
No, he only had 518.
He only had 518 what?
Straight games with 10. Wilt Chamberlain.
Really?
Yep.
510 though. That's like
518. I just
518. That's how many seasons? 82 divided. That's over like 6 seasons of scoring 10 or more. Is that really impressive? 10 points or more. 10 being the star player in the league. 10 points.
I mean, it's yeah. I got you. I know what you're trying to come at here.
It's
I
just.
got you.
But yes, the
Here, you know what? I'll even Wikipedia it for you.
Durant is 38 points. They play the Spurs. A little worried about that. The Spurs are actually on an 18-game winning streak, the longest of their actual existence. Word.
This is gonna take me a little while. You can continue on that one.
But Durant. I think you don't think he carries it through the playoffs?
No, I think he's gonna lose it to the Spurs.
Tonight or
Not
in the
tonight,
playoffs?
in the playoffs.
So you have them reaching
It's
the
either
conference finals.
To the Spurs or the Mavs. He's gonna lose it in the playoffs.
Well, the Mavs are borderline right now. The Mavs and
Just the Maverick defense is still pretty good. Or in the finals, he'll lose it to the Pacers.
oh, you still got the Pacers. The Heat actually took the standings number 1 in the Eastern Conference.
When they beat the Pacers, right?
No,
they beat
last night, Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you still got Pacers. Who?
Pacers Thunder.
Okay. I'm worried. I think whoever wins the championship comes out of the West. But I think the Spurs have a chance. Portland was a favorite earlier. You might just have to Google it, man.
I'll get there. I will get there.
It's probably further up there.
No, it's down.
I
used to do this all the time.
I'm worried. There it is.
No, it's not consecutive games.
Oh.
And the most 10-point plus games was by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 1,500.
I mean, that's...
Oh, here we go. Consecutive. All right, most consecutive 20 plus...
10.
Or most consecutive 10 plus is 866 by Michael Jordan.
That's 10 seasons plus.
Yep. 10 seasons almost exactly.
It shouldn't be a real... Like, to throw that up during a game, it's kind of a joke. What are you doing? 25? 10?
I just want to see what it is.
Okay, he's a 5th player with 10 plus points. 500 straight.
It was 500 straight as of November 5th, 2013.
He must be nearing somebody for them to throw that up.
Yeah, probably.
I'd have to assume so. 500? But regardless, 25, the Western Conference Finals. I'm worried. Is Western Conference Finals is Thunder or Spurs?
And Eastern Conference is probably going to be, I'm going to call it now, Toronto and
Knicks. Toronto Knicks.
Dude, that'd be great. It'd be Toronto and the Pacers.
Really?
Yep.
Toronto.
I think the way Chris Bosh himself said it, the Heat are angry at each other. They're not having good chemistry. I mean, they were in cruise control for a little while, but right now they're just...
See, that's the problem. They went on cruise control, and I don't think they can take off of cruise control right now. I think they're kind of cruising, and they're starting to try to take it off cruise control, and they're just getting mad at each other. Yeah, you're not gonna find it.
No, I'm gonna find this.
All right. Next we got well, actually, he was nearing Jordan. By the way, that's why we mentioned Durant scoring 25 and we're on 38. Jordan had 40.
Hmm.
Do you think he'll pass Jordan?
Yeah. If
Okay.
he makes it through tonight, he'll pass Jordan.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure. Unless, see, the thing is though, coach has been pulling him after the third quarter. He hasn't played the fourth quarter in the past 3 games.
Just to let everybody listening know, I gave up on the search.
So
He's over 500. That's what we're at.
yeah. So we'll move on to sports talk now. Mostly NFL here. We'll start with Vic, signed by the Jets. Good move, bad move, indifferent. Not.
Anything is better than Geno Smith.
This is true.
So yes, great move.
Yeah.
Out of the free market right now.
So does Vic get the starting position?
Yeah. Who's got him other than him? Well, actually, I think they should give McElroy a try.
Oh, they do have him.
They should give McElroy a try.
Okay, right. So is it an open competition?
Yeah, open competition. Because Vic gets injured too easy.
This is
McElroy's
true.
a great pocket passer.
This is true.
The thing is, they don't have receivers.
Well, now they have one.
They have one now.
They have one now. The Jets. I couldn't name
I'm
you
sorry,
anybody on their team.
Who's the one?
It's we just talked about it.
Eric Decker.
Yeah. I don't know who. I couldn't name you another player on that team, to be honest.
On the Jets?
Yeah, I'm not quite. I don't know who the running back is.
They've got a fairly famous running back though.
They had Green, but I don't think he's there anymore.
I can't even spell back. Go me.
Chris Ivory.
Ivory's not.
He's not good.
He's not good.
He's not good.
They have
yeah.
Ed Reed.
Do they really?
Yeah, they've had Ed Reed.
I don't know why.
Yeah, he's a little bit old now.
So yeah, that's bad. And they pretty much traded, I guess you want to say. Sanchez was then picked up by the Eagles.
Sanchez for Vic, and I don't know why the Eagles picked up Sanchez, because the way Foles is going, it doesn't matter.
So will he compete for that job?
Not a chance. Not after the epic butt fumble of 2012.
What was going on in their mind? Are they trying to find trade bait?
I think
Sanchez is terrible.
I think they're hoping Sanchez can learn behind Foles.
Honestly, though, do you want a player to learn behind Foles? Is Foles that good that he can teach?
He's that good in this offense, yes. In the Chip Kelly offense, Foles is the number one quarterback.
Did they make the playoffs?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah, they lost in the first game of the playoffs to the Saints.
Ooh. Sanchez will never be good. It's a waste of cap space.
It is, but I'm sure he didn't get much.
I'm sure he did. So as we said, yeah, Jackson.
With the Skins, great move for the Skins. Also a horrible move for the Skins.
Good move, or like talent-wise, bad move every other way possible. Their coach, who is their coach now? Do they keep Shanahan?
No, they dropped Shanahan. They kept Kyle, but they dropped Mike.
They honestly need to start from the owner up. They need to delete
the owner down.
everybody. Yeah, sorry. They are just they're bad. They're not good. Jay Gruden.
He was with the Browns. That's who he was with.
You hire somebody from the Browns to turn around your franchise.
Yeah, true. Who was he?
He was on the Browns. Bengals.
It was on the Bengals. So yeah, I mean,
they were a better team than the Browns.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. But
and he was I think the offensive coach.
Yeah, offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator. Yeah. Yeah.
But he hasn't dealt with somebody in RG as mobile as RG3.
As mobile as RG3 was.
He's still more mobile than
if he can get his
Andy Dalton.
Yeah, that's true.
Andy Dalton. He passes the line of scrimmage.
I don't know. Peyton Manning had more rushing touchdowns than RG3 did last year.
He did. This is true. But RG3 also played like 4 games, maybe. But it's a good move talent-wise, bad move every other way.
Yeah.
New
much.
coach as well. They shouldn't get. He's not there yet, though.
It's gonna be a rough season.
He's not there yet. What were some teams you said? I think I only listed teams. What were some teams you said he should go after?
Giants, Broncos, Detroit.
Miami wouldn't be bad.
Really, after the Richie Incognito thing, you think they have any sort of locker
Yeah,
room for
but
him?
I think he would like Miami. He doesn't like Philadelphia because nothing's.
I mean, if he's got reported gang initiation, do you really think Miami's the place to put him?
Well, his gang is in L.A. apparently. I can see him and Mike Wallace on the same team. They have the same sort of personality.
Yeah,
They're both hot-headed, but would get along well.
I don't know. I don't think he'd be great in Miami because who would be able to throw to him?
Well, that's the thing. They got a very young quarterback.
Mark Cuban said the NFL would be dead in 10 years. Is he right?
He's a little premature on 10, but yes.
Yeah, the NFL's getting too greedy after that no dunking rule.
Oh yeah, what is that? We didn't even put that on there. What is that?
Jimmy Graham said, and I quote, he tweeted, I don't quote directly, I paraphrase. He tweeted, "Looks like I'm going to be taking a lot of excessive celebration fines for you guys this year."
Good. I hope anybody that scores a touchdown this year, dunk it.
Yep.
Every single player that does it, dunk it. Because
I mean,
that is ridiculous.
It's
I get the no celebration on the ground. You could get hurt. Okay, don't throw popcorn everywhere. Somebody's got to clean it up. Dunking the football.
the Yankees are losing 4-0 to the
Yeah.
Astros in the bottom of the first.
Ooh, to the Astros are good, man. They're good.
I hate New York sports. I hate New York sports.
But they're getting greedy. The NFL is getting softer as well.
It's becoming. I don't know how to put this in a politically correct term.
Just say it.
No, I'm
Well,
not gonna just say it.
We'll just try to clean it up.
It's taking the route of the military right now. Used to be really hard to do, and now it's anyone can do it. If you can't take a hit, okay, then we just won't let them hit you.
Yes, the Tom Brady rule, for example, was the first decline of this.
The Tuck rule?
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
We have running quarterbacks now because they can't get hit. At the end of the day, it's like, oh, I can run now because if I get hit, that's 15 more yards. Like RG said, he would purposely run the sideline until a player came, and then notice the player can't stop, duck out of bounds, and then get hit. Because he know that's 15 more yards.
Yeah, and you can't get angry at him because.
So, 10 years, a little early, but regardless.
I say in the next 15 to 20, I'll give.
But what takes the spot? I think that's the biggest question.
NBA.
You
After
think so?
this NCAA tournament, yes.
I think hockey will make a run.
Hockey will become the next NBA.
Yeah.
And then MLS will become the next hockey. Golf will stay at golf.
Yeah. Baseball kind of be up there, but it won't be as high.
Speaking of golf,
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods will not be playing in the Masters this year because he has a bad back.
Yeah, he's actually having back surgery.
Yeah, I mean, your back is obviously the thing you use like the most.
Yeah, in golf.
Doing the most with your back.
But so I think playoff hockey is very fun to watch. I suggest everybody watch.
Playoff anything really is very fun.
But hockey just has that other element. I don't know why.
I saw a fight today. I saw on Sports Nation there was a fight between Mark Harrison and some other player. The other player didn't have a helmet on. Mark Harrison just kept his helmet on and started punching him. Like, you're playing hockey. Take your helmet off.
No. The thing is, you're not allowed to take your own helmet off. They made a rule where you are personally not allowed to take it off.
You should have let him take yours off.
Yeah, the first fight after they made that rule, both players looked at each other, took each other's helmet off, and then started fighting. That's how you know hockey's one of the best play. But it's like, okay, take mine off. All right, now let's fight.
I'll scratch your head
Yeah,
if you scratch mine.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Phil Jackson went with the Knicks, of course. Is he the reason they've made a push for the playoffs? And will the Knicks make the playoffs?
This is a tough one for me. I don't think Phil Jackson himself is the main reason, but having such an aura of NBA legacy behind you, along with the fact that you're playing in Madison Square Garden, that's got to help.
Yeah.
The Knicks, if they can win tonight,
Who do they play tonight?
Charlotte, I think.
All right.
If they can win tonight, they have a legitimate chance. But that loss, that blowout by the Lakers,
Oh, God.
that 32-point blowout, that hurt. That hurt for them.
You want to know something else that hurt? The Yankees are down 5-0 now in the bottom of the second.
This is why we don't talk.
So do they make the playoffs?
Yes, they'll overtake Milwaukee.
I think they do. Milwaukee's not even close. I think it's Charlotte. They will overtake them because they have better players at the end of the day.
Yep.
But will Melo stay? Quick answer here.
It depends if they make the playoffs. If they make playoffs, yes. If not, no.
Melo stays regardless. They pick up a nice position or a nice player to go with them.
They pick up Kevin Love.
Even though the 76ers don't have the worst record in the league right now, are they the worst team in the league?
Nope.
Really?
If you don't have the worst record, you're not the worst team.
After a 26-game losing streak?
Well, that just shows that means the other team has had like 13-game losing streaks
yeah, this is
all
true.
year long.
The Spurs won 18 straight. Is it title or bust for them?
No.
I think this is the last. We
This
always
is the
say
last
this.
year for Tim
We
Duncan.
we always say this though. This is the last year. This is the last chance for the Spurs, and then they do what they're doing. But I think it's title or bust this year. The way they've been playing, their first, it's title or bust.
All right, go for it. And let's throw some debates in
Yep,
here.
sportsunbiased.com debates. Quick ones real fast. Should the NBA have a minimum age limit? This would keep players in the high school or in college, or they wouldn't have to go to college. They could play overseas and come over.
No. Well, above minors. After that, no.
Above 18?
Yep. If you're 18, go for it.
I don't think you should even have to go to college at the end of the day. If you're good enough and players and people want to draft you, go for it. But if you go to college, you should stay there for 2 to 3 years. You should not
at
be
least get your associates if you decide
yes,
to go to college.
you should not be able to do one and done in college.
Nope.
But if you want to skip college, go ahead, go to the draft. But if you skip college and don't get drafted, you're playing overseas because you can't go to college.
Why can't you go to college?
Because that should just be the rule. Well, the draft is after you find out if you can go to college or not.
So you wait a year, go work.
And then you'd go to college, and
Yeah.
then you'd actually be 3 years instead of 2. You would have screwed yourself. If
You can go to college at 19.
no, I'm saying though, like if we just said that you would have to go to college for at least 2 years.
Mhm.
So instead of you try to make the draft, don't get drafted, then you'd have to wait that whole year. And then you'd have to have to find a college that wants to get you after you haven't been playing basketball for a year.
I haven't been playing basketball for a year.
Yeah, you just said go work at McDonald's.
Okay, you work part-time, stay at home, go to some basketball clinics, better your game, go to college, play for 2 years.
But okay,
under a good coach,
but
better yourself, and then go
but
to the draft.
who said that team's gonna want you?
So you did bad 3 years ago.
No, so you did bad a year ago. Like they have not seen you play basketball.
Okay.
So what would make you want to, instead of seeing the number one recruit go and say, I want to go after him, I'm going to go after this guy where I haven't really seen him play in a year.
You sent him your highlight tape from high school. That's
Yeah,
how
but
good
you're
it's
still a
already.
year behind. That's a year apart. You could have gained 50 pounds in a year.
You could have. So you go to like a combine. They set up like a little tryout thing.
Well, then
Walk-on.
that's adding something. But yeah, they should do a combine then.
Yeah.
And then, is there an NBA combine?
Yeah.
There
It's
is?
not called a combine, but it's you check your vertical, how fast you go, your
Because
jump
that's
shot,
not
all
covered as much as the NFL.
No.
Surprising.
because you see it so much more throughout college than you do see college football players.
Magic Johnson said the MVP race is over, and KD is the winner. Do you agree that Kevin Durant owns the trophy at this point?
On the one hand, Magic Johnson is rarely wrong when it comes to basketball. On the other hand, it's not going to be an anonymous decision. The way Paul
Unanimous?
Unanimous, sorry. The way Paul George, Tim Duncan, and LeBron James have been playing, there's going to be a little bit of competition there. My view is most valuable player means the person who, without them, although KD is there,
I was gonna say he's probably that person right now.
without
Really.
them, zero chance whatsoever playoffs. Zero chance to do anything in the league. Without LeBron James, you still got an amazing power forward.
See, that's why I think LeBron James is not second. KD is first. Blake Griffin is second.
Without Kevin Durant, you still have Serge Ibaka. You still have Westbrook. You still have a good shooter in. Give me his name. You know who I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
Your shooting guard.
Thabo Cephalosha?
Cephalosha's not a bad shooter.
No, he's defensive only. I don't want Cephalosha to take one shot.
I'm not behind the three-point arc, but like a quick two-step jam.
No. If he takes anything, it should be a layup. Fast break.
KD has not locked it in, but he is by and far number one.
KD's locked in at this point. As long in carrying this 25 or more, he's locked it in.
He will win it, but I think there's a little bit. If something amazing happens in the next 2 or 3 weeks, there's a chance that Blake Griffin, LeBron James.
Well, Blake Griffin got hurt. He's got back spasms.
Oh, okay. LeBron James.
So if LeBron James drops 40 in the last 2 weeks, okay, LeBron James has made a push.
Good job.
LeBron James has made a push, but at the end of the day, LeBron James will not be dropping 40 in the next 3 weeks.
He's gonna hear you say that. He heard it. He heard it here first.
Yeah, he heard it. Well, he couldn't even drop 40 on Toronto. Although Toronto's good this
the
year.
number 3.
Yeah, Toronto's good this year.
Top
I forgot.
offense in the league. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, well, Toronto's better this year.
Lastly, unionization in college football. What do you think?
shouldn't happen.
I think
Greedy.
it's greedy, stupid, money grabbing, and there's no reason for it whatsoever. I
Not at
know
all.
how they say they're like, it's so they have rights, but it's only for college football. You think they're the only
See,
NCAA
that's my
athletes?
thing. You do okay. I've proposed it. When you pay them, and actually, I have an article on sportsunbiased.com. Check it out.
No,
It goes fully in detail of what I'm
because
saying.
when I'm on your Facebook or sleeping next, ooh, that almost came out really bad.
Yeah.
Sleeping across the room from you, or listening to any conversation you have, I had no idea that you had a Sports Unbiased article. Give it to me. Give it to me right here. Let's go.
Oh, let me pull it up. No, but I feel the same way as you. It's a dumb idea. But if you're going to pay athletes, you have to pay every athlete the same amount.
Yeah.
Because if you pay a quarterback more, and I'm a offensive lineman,
I'm gonna be angry, and I'm gonna use my union against that.
No, I go, oh, I'm making less. Oh, there goes the star quarterback. Ooh, he's injured. Should have paid me more.
I
So
think paying college athletes is
And
a
then-
horrible idea.
Okay, you want to pay college athletes? Go ahead. Take away scholarships. They don't care about school. According to you guys, they're just in it for the money, and then they're going to the NFL. Then
I
don't-
think
don't give them a scholarship because it's a waste of the school. Give it to somebody who deserves it and wants it.
I think they should let them take endorsements.
Yes.
If Nike says, "I love the way you play in college, come do a commercial for me," that's my decision.
Or a local car dealership.
Yeah.
Or if you want to sign your
And,
name.
yeah, if someone's like, "Can you sign my helmet? I'll give you $10." Sure.
If you can make money off of yourself, then
Off
do
of
it.
your name and
Yep.
your town, fine. But you should not be paid by the school who's already paying your thing, and you shouldn't be going into a union.
I mean, and that's going to end the NCAA. The NCAA is kind of bad in the fact that they're stopping you from doing a lot of things, but you should not be paid, or you're paying tennis players the same amount as college football. You really think our tennis players deserve the same amount of money as the running back for Alabama?
Sorry, guys, I love you, but no.
It's just it's ridiculous to think that. Women's lacrosse deserves as much as Johnny Manziel would have got.
They deserve as much in the endorsements that they get.
But they're there for the education when Manziel's not. Well, then don't give Manziel a scholarship,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, they're the ones that could have college debt because they're going to make billions. Give it to somebody who's going to have college debt and go and be a psychiatrist.
Exactly. And on that note, fellas, we are done here. I'm Tyler Santangelo,
I'm Alex Brooks.
and you're tuned to Cup Check on WODU, the best in college radio.
Peace.